Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Readings, friends. Feels like it's been a while since we've done a sprint together, so it's so lovely to have you on, Sharon.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you for asking me.
As usual, I just got to this morning and went, oh, it's Thursday. I saw something at some point. I'll start organising this in advance, but it hasn't happened yet. So we are going to have a nice, relaxing evening, doing some reading, writing, whatever people feel like doing. I'm working on Mina and the Cult, predictably, as I have been doing for the past year. And it feels weird. In a few weeks, I won't be able to say that anymore because it'll be being printed. In like 3 weeks, that's it. It's
exciting.
Gone.
So exciting. So exciting.
It's really exciting, but it's a strange feeling. It's like, it's felt like a kind of a thing that I can shape, like a moldable piece of dough at the minute. And it's like it's going to be glazed soon. I can't do anything about it.
It's out of your hands in a minute, isn't it? It's out of your hands. You have to let it go, don't you? So
I'm getting better at that. It is really hard. It's very, very hard. So how about you? Are you, I assume, reading tonight?
Yes, I am. I am going to be reading a little short story collection. I think it's 6 stories by Grim Portraits by Keelan Patrick Burgess. I love Keelan's stuff. One of my favourite horror books of all time is Kin by Keelan, which is quite extreme horror. It is, hits all the triggers probably. But he's just got the most beautiful way of writing. And I just love his writing. It's for horror, it's really quite lyrical. And so this is his newest one, his little book of 6 stories. So I'm going to read that first, and then I'm going to move on to the YA book, which I haven't started yet.
Yay.
So I'm going to start reading that. It's a chunky one this month, isn't it?
It is. It's funny. I've picked up 2 books this month, which is possibly all I'm going to get a chance to read because I'm reading. I keep forgetting to name this. Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I think it's because I wanted to say Where Sleeping Girls.
Too.
Yeah, and this one's like 550 pages, and then
this is 440. This is 440.
Yeah, which is long.
It's long for a YA, isn't it?
Yeah.
For a YA.
Oh yeah, it is there. Kev's found it. Look, it is there.
Hey.
Yeah, mine's the proof. So it's almost the same, apart from it doesn't have the little girl in the corner. You can spot the proof. And obviously the back and stuff is a bit different. And there's some little things in the proof. I'll have to show you when I get there. There's like little I don't know, there's like a little puzzle or something, or like trying to figure out who it is. So I don't know whether that's in the finished copy or not.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. I noticed the headings are really nice. They're all kind of like little footsteps in the snow. I quite like it when they do that, you know.
Oh, mine doesn't have that. The proof.
And it's got like, and all the way through there's like blood splatter and stuff all the way through.
Cool.
And so it's quite cool, really. Is this her debut? Is it Ravina?
Yeah, Ravina Garan. She wrote this book Kills that was really good, that came out last year, I think. And she also has written some middle grade books, which I haven't read.
I've never heard of it before, but it sounds fun. I mean, it sounds proper fun. It's a murder mystery, basically, isn't it? So, So I'm going to read that, which is only, I mean, this is only like 100 and some pages. That's going to take me probably the first sprint. And then I'll move on to the other one.
Well, you can tell me if it's too much for me, because I absolutely love that format of it's sort of, are they like, I guess they will be short stories, won't they, with the length of it? I was going to say they're not like, sometimes you get like novellas tagged together, don't you?
And he does those too. He does novellas too, but it's a real art form, especially horror short stories. They're a real art form. You know yourself from doing, Taste of Darkness. It's really difficult to get your idea into a very short form. And some people are just exceptionally good at it. He is very good at it. And he has a lot of them, short story collections. They tend to be, there certainly can be gore in it, but they're more psychologically horrifying. So they play on your mind afterwards, which is, I love. That's one of my favourite forms of horror. But his writing is just beautiful. And he's such a sweet man. He's Irish.
I follow him on TikTok. So I am listening to Such Sharp Teeth on your recommendation
I love that
on
book.
Audible at the moment. It's so good.
It is.
I think what she's captured is something that I've been lacking. You know, like the early 2000s, where you had stuff like True Blood, and you had lots of like urban fantasies of like a woman who is a werewolf, or a woman
Yeah.
who's a ghost hunter, vampire hunter, whatever. It has that feel, I think, but modern. And I don't know many people doing that, which is really exciting to me because it's what I've kind of been looking for.
And the kind of the dialogue in, I love the dialogue between the sisters and the friend and the love interest. It's just so sparky. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's
yeah,
exactly as siblings would be. That kind of love and hate kind of conversations, and that's what really drew me into them. Apart from the fact that, and if you've got to the description of the change of the werewolf now,
yes,
it's
yeah,
really incredibly visceral, isn't it? You can feel
yeah.
it, can't you?
She
And
describes it so well, and I've
yeah,
just got to the bit just after that, so I don't really know what the aftermath of that is yet. But I was listening to it in the car, and I could imagine it so vividly. I could hear like the bones cracking and the skin kind
yeah.
of coming away and stuff. It's really
I've
good.
just read an arc of a werewolf story by Alexandra Nisneru, who's an indie author, and she it's the same for her, the imagery of it. But she said it sounds like Snap, Crackle, and Pop from the Rice Krispies advert, and I can immediately visualize that in your head. You know, if you're a certain age in England, that
Yeah.
advert in your head. And it just made me smile in the middle of a really horrific horror, because it's really an explicit horror. And
That's nice, isn't it? Moments
yeah,
of levity, and
yeah,
I love that horror comedy. I think when it's done well, is one of my favorite things.
it makes the actual horror more frightening, because
Yeah, it does.
it lulls you into a false sense of security because you laugh, and then suddenly, you know, this is really clever way of, you know, giving people a jump scare.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great book. Yeah,
Oh, cool. I like the stuff like Shaun of the Dead and the
me
Zombieland
too,
films
me
where the
too.
actual horror's funny as well, like the kills are entertaining. Like I think that's really good too.
Shaun of the Dead, especially my favourite is the other one,
Is it
the
Hot
one,
Fuzz?
Ard Fuzz,
Yeah, that's really
great
funny.
big bushy beard. I can still quote most of it. That is just hysterical, that film, because the kills are horrific, really
Yeah.
bad, but it's just so funny,
I
just so
think the
funny.
funniest bit in Shaun of the Dead for me, I love the beginning where they don't realise that everybody's turning into zombies because they're just behaving normally. And then I love the bit where they've got a pile of records between them and they're using them to decapitate zombies, but they're discarding what they're like, no, we can't throw that.
They
No,
can't throw
that's
that
special
on it.
edition. And it's just, I love it. I love those two together. I think that their chemistry is amazing.
Oh, just brilliant. I mean, even World's End, which is the end of the trilogy, is a decent film. So, but Hot Fuzz is my favourite, I think, of the three, and just because there's so many quotable lines in it.
I
But
need to watch that again.
yeah,
There's
I
a
love
bit
it.
where I remember I had it on DVD because old. And there's a bit where they jump over the fence, and Simon Pegg like jumps over the fence,
And
doesn't
he
he?
takes the fence down with him.
Yeah, we rewound that and watched it over and over again because it just like properly creased me and curve. It's so good.
Their physical comedy is so good, and but yeah, just such fun.
And just
Love
very
that.
like quintessentially British as well because I
It's
don't
very
always.
British.
I
Yeah.
quite like American humour too, and I like it when some British humour like taps into what I enjoy as well. And I think I just like slapstick. I like people falling on their faces and like.
I think, I mean, I grew up with Benny Hill. I mean, very inappropriate now, but that kind of, you know, yeah. I mean, I grew up with all of that, so it makes me laugh. Although I'm loving The Traitors at the moment. Are you watching The Traitors?
No, I'm not. Why is that?
So it's a program on. I'm sure some people in the comments are watching it on BBC. They did the first season last year, and it's all these people in a big manor house in the middle of Scotland.
Oh, I
And
think
some
Sean
of them are
might have said.
traitors and some of them are
Yes,
faithfuls. And the
yes.
traitors kill off the faithfuls, and the faithfuls have to find out who the traitors are. But it's the psychological, mind bending kind of the way they all get so paranoid. It's so fun. So last year it was so good, and I thought I'll never do it again, never be repeated. But this one, they've changed all the rules. So all these people came in thinking, I'm going to win this game because I watched it last year. Completely different this year.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And Claudia Winkleman's I love Claudia Winkleman. She just makes me smile. and she's like this one kind of almost like evil entity coming in and out and giving him all these puzzles in like really comfy woolies. It's great fun. It's great
I've
fun.
just read a YA book that sounds like it might have been based on that, called Lie or Die, where it's based on a game called Mafia, not Traitor, where I think a couple of people are like the assassins. One person's the detective and everybody else is like a player. And the assassins have to try and kill a person each day. And the detective has to try and find a person each day. And of course, the killing isn't pretend. And somebody's really killing off all these teenagers that are trapped in a TV, because it's being televised, of course, as well. So these teenagers are trapped in like a TV studio.
This one, they banish
really
someone every night. They have to try and figure out which one of them is a faithful or traitor, and they banish a person. And then on the night, the traitors kill one. So that brings them down. It's only lasts for 12 nights. So it's 3 nights. It's over 4 weeks. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday over 4 weeks. But they did get a traitor last night.
I need to try and watch the first season of it. Is it still on iPlayer?
Yes, it's on iPlayer. I watched it all again before it started. It's proper fun. It's proper fun. I don't watch a lot of television, as you know. I'm not a telly person, and but I'm really enjoying that.
I think I need to watch it as a reward when Mina goes in on Monday for my round of edits, and then I'll do one final check. So I'm not quite done, but this is the big bulk of work. So after that, I might treat myself and watch some Traitor. Let's see. No, so I think you tried to message. I'm not sure what platform you messaged me on, Stephen, but I've replied to all my YouTube messages now. So if it was on there and I haven't replied to it, then I've not seen it. But also, yeah, hello. No, I haven't had a message about a dream, so no, I don't think I've seen that. Hi.
Hi, Oz. Hi.
Oh, sorry, my comments are coming up very slowly. Hi, Paul. I think you saw the comment for I did then, Sharon. It's like on a
sent me a great video earlier on, Paula, about some people are bookworms and some people are book dragons.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a bookworm. I spelled WYRM. I'm half dragon, half worm. But yeah, so that was really cool. Made me laugh. Hi, Karen.
Yes, it's good, isn't it? Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Hello, darling.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Reading and knitting at the same time. Are you listening?
I'm assuming she is. Otherwise, she's very, very multitasking.
How do you do that? Otherwise, hang on. I'm not quite sure how that works.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I'm so excited now. I'm ready for people to. Well, I'm sort of ready for people to read it now.
Hi, Caroline.
We will hold you to account, Caroline. No phones. Please do the same for me too. If you see me pick my phone up, I need to be editing, so no messing around on my phone tonight. Oh, Kev's just put this bowl in front of me. I'm going to show you and see if you can see. It's chocolate orange ice cream, and the smell of chocolate. It's Terry's chocolate orange ice cream, and the smell of it's like wafting up to me. So
my husband loves. I don't like citrus. But my husband loves that. It's his favourite.
I love chocolate.
How are you getting on with 9,000 K?
Yeah, I want to know. I need to. I
quite enjoyed it, but yeah. Silver nitrate. Do you know, Han? I've got all of the Evernight ones, the Illumicrate Evernight. And my friend Jen, Jen, who comes on here sometimes, we're going to read them all over this year. Because you're terrible for getting special edition books and never getting around to reading them.
Yeah.
So I love that author.
Yeah, I have it. I have not read it. I pre-ordered it.
I've got my Kindle.
Of course, didn't read it. Oh, so is that a different Red Eye series? Because I'm thinking of the Stripes, like YA series. That sounds interesting as well.
Yeah, Red Eye do an adult one, don't they? I didn't know that. And I had one free in my Abominable Book Club box. You get a second-hand book, and one of them was a Red Eye. And I thought, I didn't realise they did adult as well as YA.
Connected or not? It could just be a coincidence, I guess, or they might be by the same publisher. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I loved it too. I need to read the next one. Actually, I've got the next one to read.
The cover of the next one put me off. I wasn't a fan of it. Is it the one that's got a creature on? Is it a rabbit or something?
It's a rabbit. Yeah, probably got it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it, so I haven't picked that one up yet. Murder. If it's got murder, I'm quite happy. Oh, Cornetto, yeah.
That one.
Oh yeah,
it's that one. So it has got, but the rabbit's not dead. Everybody, which is pretty inside.
Oh,
and this is a really nice special edition.
Okay, well, if the rabbit's alive,
yeah, the rabbit's alive on the front. I think to begin with, everybody thought the rabbit was dead, but I don't think it's supposed to be dead.
Okay.
It's a
I
really
feel
nice
better.
copy, this. But yeah, I'm terrible for starting a series and never carrying on. Really bad at it.
Yep. I know that feeling because there's so many books to read. Yes.
Oh, a cornetto. That's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not forget a
Nice
cornetto.
ones.
Oh.
That's good.
Oh, I won't give you any spoilers, my darling. And but yes, it's really hello. It's
Don't
really
worry,
good.
anybody
I
can come
love
on at any
Claudia.
time.
She just how does how did she get a fringe? How does a fringe not annoy her? Don't get it.
Yeah, it's quite a marvel of like engineering, isn't it? Yeah,
She
so
must have
I
it
was just
trimmed
saying
every
about,
day, hasn't she?
yeah, I bet, or she does it herself, maybe.
Yeah.
So do I. I think orange chocolate is my favourite chocolate. I would say like a bold statement.
My husband's
I do like
favourite.
salted caramel as well.
Yeah, I love salted caramel.
Red Eye is in a
As
flight. The
in a
story starts in an airport,
flight.
but is not to the TV.
Ah, I wonder if that other one
That
I've
was
got's
nice.
like that then.
Yeah, I think I don't know
Charming.
whether Kev's more into mint and I'm more into orange, so we share things out if we get a mixture of stuff.
The chocolonely ones. Is that the Tony
Mm,
Chocolonely ones? They're really, really nice. They do a
that sounds,
lovely salted caramel one.
yeah, I think they're like my
Yeah,
favorite.
it's true. It's true. If she put her hair back, put her fringe back, nobody would. She could go incognito. I bet that's what she does when she goes out.
Yeah, puts a hairband on. That's it.
Nobody would recognise her, would they?
Genius.
Good point.
Maybe that's what it is. It's sort of like Lady Gaga. It's like the extreme external garb. So although you can see what we see what she looks like now, but do you remember there was a time when you didn't used to know like what she looked like before she did the films?
And it's like that other. Is it Sia? The other one, isn't it? Sia.
Yeah,
She for ages she always had this really long fringe where you never saw her face. It's a weird idea, that, isn't it?
I don't know that reference. Sharon, do you know that reference?
Cylons, yeah.
What's that from?
Oh my god, Battlestar Galactica, in it.
Oh, is it? Paula knows. I haven't watched Battlestar Galactica. It was one of those that I always wanted to. I really liked Stargate Atlantis, the one with Jason Momoa in. And at the time, I thought, I should probably watch Battlestar too, but I never got around to it. Thank you, Paula. Yes, Battlestar Galactica.
I watched Battlestar. I couldn't think. It went out my head for a minute. I actually loved the old series. My husband's got them all because he's a massive 80s fan. And but I actually really loved the new series of it as well. I thought it was really good.
Cool. I will watch it one day. That's the beauty of streaming, isn't it? You can pick stuff up like later.
It's just like so many series, though. Isn't there? This is the problem. I always feel bad going into something I haven't watched from the beginning, and there's like the 7 seasons, and I'm just like, I can't be doing that. Let's just skip to the last one and figure out what's going on.
I've just started Sons of Anarchy and I'm really enjoying that. I'm a couple of seasons into that and it's really good. The motorcycle gang one, because it's just one of those that plays with your head. Like, are they bad guys? Are they good guys? Like, I like the morality.
Both.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
No, my husband has. I don't watch a lot of television, to be honest.
I think you'd like that. It has like a gore factor that I think you'd appreciate. And it's one of those where you see stuff coming in slow motion, like something bad is going to happen to a character, and you kind of sense it a couple of episodes before, and you're just sitting there on tenterhooks waiting for it to happen. And it's like Game of Thrones where no one's safe. I mean, maybe the central 3 characters are safe or something, but they do kind of shock you with what they'll do to characters. So, and I like that.
I really enjoyed
I got to a point where I was losing interest, Paula, and I'm back into it again. There was a bit where the pace dipped a little bit.
I enjoyed The Boys. Have you watch that on Netflix? That was good.
Yes,
that was quite really violent. Yes, I really liked that.
Hello, I love Jensen Ackles, so I need to watch the season that he's in. I've not got there yet, but yeah, I really enjoyed.
He's ever so funny in that. He plays so against himself. It's really good.
I've seen the song that he does. You know, the one that went viral, that Fast Five Freddy Blondie, which I won't sing. I've watched that a few times because it really makes me chuckle.
But he does kind of play against himself. Against what people expect him to be. So yeah, he was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's a new season coming up in the soon.
Is that Sons of Anarchy, Adrian, or is that The Boys? Because if that's Sons of Anarchy, that is super exciting. And The Boys, I'll just have to catch up if that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a new series later this year, I think, of The Boys.
Oh, right, cool. Oh, that sounds either fun or terrifying, depending on what book you're reading. That's interesting.
Indeed.
Horror,
I wouldn't
not
like
so
to be
cool.
pulled into any of mine, I've got to be honest.
No, same here. Hard no to all of the books on your shelf. Maybe
No,
some of mine will be okay. I don't know.
no. Even
Oh,
my
Battlestar
fantasy's a bit
Galactica.
dark.
Sorry, I was miles behind in that conversation, Adrian. So there's going to be a new series and a movie of Battlestar Galactica. Got
Yeah,
it.
good.
I've caught up.
I
I
feel they
understand.
caught me some new ideas, wouldn't you, to be honest?
You would, but hopefully people like
It's a
that who
bit
are
boring
fans
when
of
they
it.
keep rehashing the old stuff. Yeah.
It does a little bit. Especially things like Lost Boys. I don't know why they're doing that, but anyway,
Oh,
that's a
why
whole
are
other
they doing
subject.
that?
Well, a musical version of it is what I heard, and I was like, "Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know."
I know.
It's
Vampires
confusing, is
shouldn't
what
be
it
singing.
is.
Vampires shouldn't be singing. I'm going to take a stand on that. No.
No singing vampires, except in the Buffy musical episode.
Yeah, but they
I
were
feel like
possessed
that's
by a demon. That's allowed.
yes, yeah,
But
exactly.
and the thing is, the original film is so good that it's a travesty. They're never going to make it as good as that.
Yeah,
So
Paul is on my team. No singing vampires unless they're Spike, and he, that guy can sing, so
Spike
Okay,
could do whatever he likes.
Well, this is it. I think, I was going to say, is there anything to qualify that statement? No, you can't.
No,
Anything.
I agree.
Let's go to a sprint. We're going to do 2 40-minute ones and then probably end on a 30 because Sharon and I like to chat. And I'm going to do some mean edits, so I need to get myself all pumped up to get really focused and do this. So
I better go and check on see if the husband's all right.
okay, well, you go and do that. I'll pop the timer on and we will catch up in 40 minutes. Hello, how did you get on, Sharon? Oh, sorry, I just call you mid-drink.
Yeah, it's fine. I just got up with the husband for 10 minutes. So I've only got one story left. So yeah, they're very, very good.
Are they too
All of them.
dark, or would I manage?
No, they're not. They're not. They're psychologically dark. You all
Sorry,
right?
just one sec. I don't know whether there's a little person might be crying. Do you want to just go up and see if it's okay, and I'll come up if not? I just heard a little noise. I'm like, it's not come through the monitor, but I don't know. Sorry, Kev, I'll
Sensitive.
go.
When you're a parent, you see, it's like a
Yeah, I know.
psychic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're psychologically quite dark, but not gory. They're not gruesome. Oh, I can hear him.
Oh no, I think I heard my name then. If it's okay with you, I think I'll just jump to the next sprint, and then we'll have a proper catch up afterwards.
Yeah,
But
no worries. No worries.
thank you. See you all in a bit. Sorry about the brief pause, but I'm going to go up and sort my little boy out.
Bless him. Bye, love.
Hello. Oh, I think you're muted, Sharon.
Hello.
Managed to get the little boy to sleep, and it sounds like he's just woken up again. So we'll see how his daddy gets on. That might have to
Oh
just,
Lord.
it might
Yes.
just be one of those things. How did you get on?
Yeah, fine. I finished the Killing Patrick Burt when I've just started the YA one, which is really good. It's like
Oh,
multimedia, isn't it? So it's
yes.
like, transcripts and interspersed with the story. I love that. So yeah, I'm
Me
enjoying
too.
that. Yeah, really good.
I think done well, mixed media is one of my favourite things in a book. Like, it just makes me really happy. I don't know, it just adds that extra layer of realism, doesn't it?
I just think it makes the story move just so much quicker. So and is you get lots of different viewpoints. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Have you started that House of Leaves yet?
No, it's on the stack looking at me literally this month. So I've got a book that I'm reading, which I think you might like actually. It's called Old Wounds, and it's written by a transgender author who said that they wanted to see the transgender experience represented in horror. So they kind of set out to write this really traditional horror novel, but with these two
Oh,
teenagers, one of whom is a girl who has previously transitioned, and then a boy who identifies as male but hasn't transitioned. So they're kind of going on a road trip, and then the horror starts, and it's like the really good
ah,
kind of, like the kids in a horror film where you see them do stuff like their tires get blown out, so they have to get their car fixed at the creepy mechanics, and it's like got all the really good horror tropes in, but with this sort of extra dimension of like their experience. So it's really good so far. I think it comes out like quite late on this year, but they've asked me to read it, I think, to blurb, like, so they can include it in printed editions and stuff. So it's really, really early. So I'm reading that, and I need to read that this month. And then I've got these two great big chunky books. So because they're so chunky, I don't know whether I'm going to get time to read anything else, because for me, that's a
no.
lot of pages.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, sadly, House of Leaves is looking at me. I really want to. Did you say you have read that one?
No, I haven't. I just because it's one of those this I don't mind multimedia. It's just this one of those this upside down and that does me head in. I can't cope with that. My little autistic, but I won't cope with that. That will just annoy me.
And it's going to pull you
I've
out the
never
story. That's
yeah,
not
I've
worth
never
it, is
thought
it?
no. But yeah, it does look interesting. I like things that are a bit unusual. Do you know what I mean? And this one, the YA one, it is starting like a proper like murder mystery, isn't it? It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it.
It
And I've
feels a bit
only
Agatha.
got about 40 pages in.
Yeah, I think I've fully read similar actually. I'm up to page 38. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about where you are.
Yeah, so I'm really, really enjoying it. And
Yeah,
so yeah. I was a bit worried because like 400 pages. Agatha Christie's most well known for that kind of locked room murder mystery. And they were never that long. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll switch between physical and Kindle because I'll read faster on my
mm,
Kindle. Just holding a physical book is quite hard for me
mm.
sometimes. So but yeah, it's good. So I might get it on Kindle as well.
Well, I sometimes do that. Kev always says, "Hang on, I've just seen a Kindle order go through, and the book has arrived." Like, why is there a Kindle one? And I've tried to explain that I sometimes need both. Like, same with
Yes,
Audible.
yeah.
Sometimes I listen to the audiobook and I need to have the physical or the Kindle book too,
I
depending on what it
can't
is.
I just can't get on with Audible, and I really wish I could. I keep trying it. I closed it down for 3 months because I thought I've got all these credits and I've not used them. It started up again at the end of December. I just can't get on with it. It's just not fast enough for me. I'll read faster than I can listen to it, and also I can't just sit and listen,
No.
and I can't do something else at the
Mm.
same. I find it really difficult. It's a shame because I think it would just be just another way of taking in. I thought it would be great if I was working, I could listen to a book, but I can't do it because then I get involved in the book and then I can't work.
How did you find the Buffy series? Because obviously that's Audible, isn't it? Was it
The
better because it's
Slayers one,
the whole?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was interesting. It was nice to see everybody back. But I'm not going to spoil it. But I found the alternate kind of world a bit weird. So
I have a trouble with Alt U because I feel like I read the original thing or watched the original thing or whatever it is because I loved that world. So I always struggle with Alt U. Whenever they have episodes, you know, on stuff like Stargate, where they'll have an episode where it's an alternate universe,
yeah,
I find that really hard to cope with. I don't know why. I think it's partially as well
yeah,
because you know certain things scratch in your brain because you find them hard to comprehend. And like I know some scientists have theories, don't they, of like multiverse theories and stuff.
yeah.
And that makes my head hurt. So I think it takes me to an uncomfortable place when I have Alt U stuff, like the idea of
I
space.
just don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy it because I think like the same thing really. Like with Buffy, all the characters in Buffy are perfect in my head, and
yeah.
they all fit into that universe perfectly, and I like them in the roles they're in. So taking them outside of that, it just feels a bit weird. I loved Spike and Drusilla though,
Mm,
and Giles.
yes.
So I love them, and I like the new girl. I thought she
Mm.
was
Yeah, she
fantastic.
was great. Was it Endera? I think she was called.
I don't know. I can't remember what her name
Yeah,
was, but I thought she was excellent.
I thought it was confusing sometimes whether it was the version of them that we knew or the version of them that we
Exactly.
didn't know. Like sometimes, like one of them, again, I won't spoil it. There's a character that's dead in Buffy that is alive in
Yeah.
this because it's the alt U version of them. And I kept getting really confused and thinking, but they're not alive, but
No,
they
they
are.
did.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I find alt U stuff, I think sometimes it can be a cop out as well. It's like a way
Yeah.
of getting out of something that a writer's done. It's like they've killed that character, they've
Oh,
made
let's
this
bring them
person.
back in another universe.
Yeah, I do find it a bit like weak somehow. And I'm not saying I'll never do it. I'm sure I will at some point explore something
Never say
that's
never.
it feels like a plot device to me that drags you out of the story because it's a plot
Yeah.
device. Like you read it knowing that it's been done for a reason.
I think I realised in the end I just needed to listen to it as like almost a Buffy book.
Yes,
Do you know,
yeah,
away from the Buffy universe.
yeah.
And then I enjoyed it more then. And but yeah, I mean, it was worth it for me just for Spike and Drusilla.
Oh
It would have
yeah.
been worth the credit just for them.
Do you know what? I
So
really sympathise with Drusilla as well in the TV show. I don't think I understood her when I was younger, and now
no, no.
I've got felt real empathy for her. I was like, I actually can see why you're like this now. And I think the alt U version of her did have was she the alt U? I don't remember whether she was the alt U or whether she was the actual one. But anyway,
I think
um,
she's the actual one, I think.
yeah,
I
I
might
can't
be
remember,
wrong.
but she I felt like I understood her more. Like that helped me to get into that character a bit. So that was really good for me.
I love her. I think she's such a fabulous actress. I really do. And I loved her in Buffy because she
Mm.
was just completely insane. And I loved that. There was no kind of a bit mad. She was completely unhinged.
Yeah, it's the
And
dolls for me. The dolls are excellent. Have you
yeah,
did you end up reading Bloody Fall for Love yet?
not yet. But
Well, the
I'll
stuff
get to everything eventually.
the dolls are in it. All I'll say is the dolls are in it, and
I
there's stuff
know.
to do with the dolls that was one of my favorite things. And you ought to watch the interview with the author when I interviewed him because I think it'd spoil it if you watched it before you'd read it. But there's some stuff in there that like that he enjoyed about being a Buffy fan that he got to put in there.
I've just been a bit. I overcommitted myself for arcs really. Into December, January. Well, I didn't, but they were supposed to come in over several months, and they all came in a week.
Yeah,
So that's what I've been doing mainly this month. So you know, I mean, it's only what is it today? The 11th of January,
yeah.
and I've just finished my 16th book.
Oh, that's good.
So I need to slow down, but I need to slow down because that's too many. Just because I'm trying to get through them because I know I've got
Yeah,
because they're coming out. Well, same for you in it when you've got to blurb something. I've got one. I've got a blurb as well for an horror anthology, an indie horror anthology. I need to read to blurb that for April. So you feel like you're committed, so you've got to do it.
that was
So
me in December, and it's not like just quickly reading a book. I feel like you have to really digest it when you're blurbing
yeah,
it because
and
you
you're
have to say
taking
to
notes. I
yeah,
take
and
notes.
you're going to write one sentence, aren't you? But you just want it to be really concise and capture that book because it's somebody else's work. It
Yeah.
feels less of a throwaway. Like, you know, you can read a book and enjoy it, but you have to read it, enjoy it, and also process it, I think, when you're going to blurb
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I did in December. I think I did 4 or 5, like one after another, and it was actually quite intense because it wasn't like the normal reading experience. And some of them were amazing. I absolutely loved, particularly that All the Hidden Monsters by Amy Jordan was so good. It's described as like crime romantasy, and it was just really fun.
I've
But as
been really, I've loved all of them. I've got 2 left, 2 arcs left, and all of them I've enjoyed because I tend to pick things I know I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
And but the 2 I've got left are both extreme horror. So I need a break before I need to read something gentler before I go into
Yeah.
that.
Read
'Cause
something
otherwise it's just
cozy.
over. Yeah, it's just, and yeah,
Palette cleanse.
cozy murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Happy please.
Murder can still be cozy, can't it? Like
Yeah.
that's my complete jam. Cozy murder is like my favorite my favorite thing.
Cozy murders.
Yeah.
They're good fun. They're good
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. Hi, Shelley. Oh, we might have already missed her.
Hello.
Oh. Oh, All That's Left in the World's on my list too. That keeps coming up. I think the author was at Yalk, and I saw them talking, and I was like, oh, I need to remember to pick this book up. And how many months have passed, and I still haven't yet? Yes, 100%.
Yes.
If you're in a soft play, you hear a noise, and you're like, not mine. Even if I'm at the point where the age Nathan is, I do track him through a soft play. I'm like, I make sure I can see him at all times.
Yeah.
But you hear that little sound, and your heart goes for a second, and you think, no, not mine.
Biological imperative.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I do wonder that whether the meow. Some people have said it makes their cats jump, and some like walk around the room like, "Where's the cat? Where's the cat?"
I think a couple of times, Shira, the ginger one that was just on me, she's terribly possessive of me. I've got 3 cats. The first few times when I was doing this, when I was just doing it as like, watching it, she used to attack the screen.
Bless it.
So
Sorry.
she thought it was another cat coming through.
Sorry,
But she
old
ignores it now. She ignores it now.
Oh,
She's like, oh, it's that. All right then, whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the cat. Sorry, Ashlyn, as well. We're making people fall out the chairs show with the cats. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at Ashlyn falling out of the chair, but Ashlyn
I do it all the time, Paula. I do it all I think I'm gonna have an easier month this month, and then somebody will say, somebody will come in and yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to slow down because I'm much like Kev. His end of financial year coming up, and I'm gonna be so busy that I can't possibly do what I would normally do reading wise. So I'm gonna have to be say no more often. A lot of the ones who ask me are indie authors, and I don't like to say no to them, especially if I know I love their work.
I mean, it's a tricky one because sometimes I say yes and then things happen and I end up reading it late. Like, this is a proof that I've not read by publication day, which is what I normally try to do. But my thinking is that I will buy a physical finished copy at some point, and I'm still promoting it and talking about it, and you'll do the same. So even if you end up being a little bit late on something, I think authors, I love it when like a proof copy pops up of Mina that went out like years ago, and people have just, I kind of obviously would prefer if they read it quickly, but I know what happens.
Yeah.
And it's nice because they're still giving it the promotion whenever they get to it.
I always buy a physical. If I read a proof or an arc that I really love, I'll always buy a physical copy, even if it's only the Kindle version.
Yeah.
And I've already got the Kindle version because the arc's an e-arc usually. I prefer e-arcs than physical. So I've got too many books, Amy. I've got too many books.
I'm getting to this point as well.
So, but I'll always buy another. I'll always buy a copy of the Kindle or a copy of the physical book to support them. So yeah, and so, but I do like to do it in the time if I can, do you know? And yeah,
it's just hard, isn't it? Sometimes life and physical, things like financial years that you can't change when that is. Like, I know January and April are the busy times, aren't they? Quite often.
Well done.
Yes,
audio.
I've been there. Also, multiple physical copies sometimes, when you pre-order and then the beautiful like special edition turns up and you're like, oh, I've got the normal one and the special edition one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was
exactly
lovely to hear them again. It was.
I'm hoping there'll be more because the way it ended, again, no spoilers here. The way it ended, I felt left a little bit of room. So fingers crossed they might do another one.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and I'll put it on a high speed, and it's still not quick enough for
Mm,
me. I read quicker than that. But it's mainly because I can't do something else when I'm listening, so I just get pulled into the book, and
mm.
I can't. It's like I can't read and do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, and the whole
Um,
benefit of audiobooks is if you can do it alongside something else, isn't it? Like, it's nice if you enjoy the narrators and stuff, but ultimately I do it because I'm cleaning or I'm driving, and it's a way of reading while I'm doing those things.
So, because I'm disabled, I'll do clean, but I clean in short spurts. So I'll do like 10 or 15 minutes and then stop. I obviously can't go for walks anymore, which would be perfect for audio, I suspect,
Yes.
going for a walk or something.
Yeah.
And or doing if you were doing a big job around the house, I just can't physically do that. So I think that's perhaps I've missed the period that it would have been really useful for me.
Yeah. I think, reading in different ways, like I mentioned it to my granddad, like latterly, and he just couldn't, like, he found the process of picking up a book was what he needed to read, like listening to
Yeah,
it. He couldn't attach the story to like auditory, he just couldn't cope with it. He needed the physical book to digest words that way. Like, I think he'd
yeah, I
spent
agree.
90 years of reading books in his hand. He was like, I can't listen to one now. This is
You
just
can
not what
also
I'm used
flick
to.
back and forth. You can flick back and forth in a book, even on a Kindle. It's harder to do that in audio. So, if something comes up and you're like, hang on, who's that character? You can
Yeah, yeah,
flick back.
yeah,
You can't do that really easily. So I find that, but however people consume doesn't matter for some
yeah,
reason.
exactly.
Some people, I've got a friend who's blind who, wouldn't
Oh, okay.
survive if she didn't have audiobooks.
Yeah,
It
oh
keeps her
yeah,
going.
definitely. If I had any problems with my sight, that would be such an
Yeah.
amazing resource for me. Yeah,
My
I
husband loves Doctor Who audios
uh,
and Blake Seven, and Sapphire and Steel is one of my favourite. So I've got all of them on special edition. And but my husband loves the audio dramas from Doctor Who and Blake Seven. He listens to them
Audible
as
have
he listens
started
to.
doing more, and I saw one starring Felicia Day, who I know from Supernatural. She does a voice on it, and it got a few other voice actors too. And I think I'm going to try and listen to a few more like that, like the full cast ones that are like original Audible series, because they seem really good. The ones I've heard,
I
I
have
think you'll really
I
enjoy it
have to
actually.
say I enjoyed the Slayers one. The full cast one I really enjoyed. Like I listened to Journey to the Centre of the Earth, and there was another one I did as well, which I think it was a Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
And I
okay.
really enjoy those because it
Mm,
feels like you're listening to a play.
mm.
And I think that's different. So perhaps that's what I need to look for when I'm using my credits, is something
Yeah.
that's a full cast.
Episode 13 is excellent on audio if you ever fancy a reread of that. And Dracula is my absolute favourite. I've got it on my
Oh,
Audible and I just re
yeah.
listen to it regularly because it's.
I listened to Carmilla yesterday,
Oh, really?
the
Yeah.
Carmilla version. I love
Yeah.
gothic horror, the gothic
Yeah.
fiction, and there's a great version of Carmilla on there, and
I read
which is
Carmilla
free.
last. Oh, is it?
It's
That's
not.
good.
It's one of those on the plus things where
Yeah.
you don't pay. It's part of the
Yeah.
Audible, and that's great. And I listen to that quite regularly,
Mm,
just because it's just the language and the person who's
mm,
speaking is just so evocative. It's
mm.
gorgeous. But Dracula's brilliant to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him. I like the fact that I've forgotten his name. Why can't I not remember? I can picture him. Really famous British actor who does the voice of Dr. Seward, and he also plays Dr. Seward in the film. Oh my goodness, Francis Ford Coppola version of the film. My brain, I think that my
Oh,
brain's getting to the point.
I'm terrible with names, so I've got
Richard
no
E.
chance.
Grant. Richard E.
Oh,
Grant.
Richard Grant. I'm just listening to his not listening. I'm just reading his autobiography. It's very good.
All right.
Yeah, I do love
Yeah,
an autobiography.
I really like him in Dracula as that character. I think he's excellent. I do wonder about that. Like, Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't do the voice in the Buffy game. She
Yeah,
didn't do the Buffy voice. They got somebody else to play the Buffy character. So I wonder with certain things whether she's just like, this is Buffy. Like this 7 seasons that I did. I get the
he's
impression.
over, and she doesn't really act now, does she?
Yeah,
She's got other businesses, hasn't she, as well, that she's
she
more
was in
involved in.
Wolfpack recently and Do Revenge, but I think she's very selective about what she does now. Like it's
Yeah,
just really occasional.
she's got a baking business with her
Yeah,
friend that's very successful in the States.
yeah,
So yeah, perhaps she just thought, yeah, that's past, and I don't want to do it. That's fair
yeah,
enough, isn't
yeah, completely.
it?
Thank you for sharing the joy and the, physical comedy with us.
Yeah, perhaps that's why. Yeah, I mean, perhaps that is why I do see a picture in my head as I'm reading.
Mm.
Um, I just think it was just I was so disappointed in myself a bit, I really, because I thought, oh, this is another way that when I can't sit, I can consume books, and it's just not worked that
You
way. So
can't
it's just so
force things. Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I struggle at the moment to watch TV without doing something else. I think because I've got so many other hobbies and so many other demands on my time.
yeah.
Like I've got Sons of Anarchy on while I'm doing the kind of easy edits, and like I'm still watching it, but I'm also editing a book at the same time. And I sometimes think I wish I could just sit and watch TV, but I find that really hard now.
I
Like I'm
don't.
like,
If the television's on, my husband will obviously watch
yeah,
telly, or we'll watch a film or something, or put a film on. I will be reading while he's watching that, and it's in the background. And Christmas time, I love it. You know, when I'm
yeah,
writing cards or wrapping presents, I usually got a horror film on. In
yeah.
fairness, I'm not going to watch anything soppy. Don't like rom coms, but yes, I rarely watch television without doing something else.
Yeah, same. I see what I
I
do when
don't
I'm
drive.
driving. Well, I switch off, so it's bad in that respect. If my drive, like if I'm on my normal drive and nothing particularly interesting's happening, I'm fine. But if the road becomes more like needing my attention, I switch off from the audiobook so I can miss whole
I think
chunks.
it's ideal if you've got a job that
Charlie's.
oh.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to go in a second.
I think if you've got a job where you're traveling a lot on the motorway and it's long stretches that's probably brilliant.
Yeah.
Or Third Eye by Felicia
Yes,
Day.
that's the one that I've been looking at. Do you want to snip up, Kevin? See if yeah, I think he's talking to me. I'm going to nip up. That's so fun.
Ooh.
That's really exciting, Ashlyn. Right, I'm gonna have to go and sort the little person out. But
Yeah, and I need to have a comfort break.
yes, okay. Let's have a
As we
comfort.
say in the corporate world.
Right, I'm
Oh,
gonna mute. See you all in a bit. That went by way too quickly. I wasn't ready for that at all.
Whoosh.
Right. I know. Half an hour ago. How'd you go?
Yeah, I'm a page 108. Catch Your Death. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I think I'm just going to carry on reading through. I was going to try and, split it over a few weeks, but I can't do that once I get into the story. I want to know what happens now.
Do it.
Yes, because they all seem to, the family are weird, aren't they? They're
They really
weird.
Are. I love how it's been established, and I love how it's orchestrated so that new people are being brought in as well, that they kind of
randomly.
Yeah, like the world just like conspired to get these people all together. It's really good.
And I love the housekeeper and the strange girl who works in the kitchen. It's so Agatha Christie, that, the housekeeper who's the gossip. I mean, it's just, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, really enjoying it.
It's like a nice way in, isn't it, to that kind of adult cozy mystery, like getting young adults hooked on it now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like starting where it ended and then telling the story. Brilliant.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. I don't knit or crochet anymore, but I can see that would be a great thing.
I've got into playing Dreamlight Valley while I watch stuff as well, Paula, and like trying to.
Yeah, we have to say it at work, Ashlyn. You can't say I'm going to the loo. You have to say, I need a comfort break.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That seems to be like a definite corporate thing that's crept in the past couple of years. And like Ashlyn said, comfort, it's disappointing to me that comfort means go for a wee. I feel like comfort should be get a blanket and a hot chocolate.
Yeah, should be. Should be. I did get the Pendle Witches. I got all 3 of them actually for Christmas. I haven't read them yet though.
I got the first one and I got the third one for my mother-in-law. So I've bought 2 of them so far, and I haven't had a chance to read the first one yet.
I think Carl got a good offer on it. It was like the 3 together. So he got a good offer on it for Christmas. So he just bought the 3.
Oh, cool. I just bought one that I got Yvette to sign at Yalk, and then I will read it eventually, like everything else. I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead tonight because it's been quiet upstairs for a little while. But, we've definitely got a little restless wanderer upstairs tonight who just doesn't want to stay asleep. So thank you for coming on, for being patient with me while I have to, do life in between sprints.
Yeah, I'm back online tomorrow. I'm doing the author interview tomorrow. It was cancelled last Friday, so I'm doing that tomorrow night.
Is this one live, or is that one that you record?
No, I'm going to record it so I can edit, because he's a bit of a wild card, is Matt. So I need to be able to maybe edit stuff out that's not appropriate, or bleep stuff maybe.
That sounds good. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, Paula.
So I am sprinting on Saturday with Elizabeth Sagewood. She's coming on, and then I'm definitely doing next Thursday, but I don't know about in between. So
I'll see everybody in the chat on Saturday.
Yes, that'd be nice. And then I was just going to say live show, but that's not for a while. I've got the Point Horror live show coming up, and
I'm so looking forward to that. I loved The Kill. I really loved it. It was the best of the trilogy to me.
Well, I'm trying to read it slowly. There's a couple of really gruesome moments in it, aren't there? Like really scary.
Real horror. Yeah.
Gave me nightmares when I was younger.
Yeah, there's a part, I'm not going to give it, the part when she's trapped in the cave. That's actually genuinely claustrophobically horrific.
It's there's 2 body horror things, like body in a literal sense, that really scared me as a child.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing was excellent, but the third one was cracking. I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to your chat with Shelley.
Yeah, I'm trying to eke it out over the month. I thought I'll read this one gradually if I can, so we'll see if I manage. Thanks,
Bye, Paula. Bye, Emma.
Thanks for coming on, Adrian. Oh yeah, I'll keep an eye out for those. I don't think I'm doing anything on Monday, so I'll come and join in the comments if I can.
I'll see if I can hop on. Monday nights are hard for me because it's normally my first day at work and I'm usually fall asleep.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Bye, Ashlyn.
Right, see you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.